Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we've got some new secret rares to talk about from Hot Air Arena, including one of the best illustrations you are going to see all year. I feel very confident saying that. And a card which is absolutely ridiculous, but might also be spectacular. So with that, I mean, there's only really one place to start, and it's with Cynthia's Garchomp. We all knew Cynthia's Garchomp was going to get a special illustration rare. It had to. It was the big card in the set. Had to happen. But I don't think anyone expected it to be quite this good. Make no mistake about it, this is the big card from the set. Yes, Ethan's Ho-Oh is a spectacular looking card, and it's playable, and it's Ho-Oh, and all of that. This is the big card from the set. Let's not be around the bush here. This is going to be the big card from Hot Air Arena. And obviously with our next set, we're going to have the Team Rocket stuff and all in as well, we presume. So things are going to be a little bit different. But yeah, this is a redonkulous card. An absolutely redonkulous card. Now, it's actually a brand new artist. Someone who's never illustrated a Pokemon TCG card before. It is Hiko Kim, who you might know from Digimon or Genshin Impact, among the more popular IPs for which they've worked. It is redonk. Shout out to the lovely Primal Lugia and OKJ Love for some of that information. So, yeah, Korean artist coming along, absolutely crushing it. And it's Garchomp just wrecking face in an arena with Cynthia behind. And then Cynthia on a big board behind Cynthia. It's just phenomenal. This, I feel very confident, like I say, is going to be the big card from the set. Although the Ho-Oh is still going to be pretty cool. And remember, Cynthia's Garchomp looks to be a very, very good card. Because single energy, 100 damage, and you can draw till you got 6 cards in your hand, which is awesome. And 2 energy, 260, trash all energy from it. And then we've got a whole bunch of other Cynthia cards running around. Like, for instance, the Roserade that lets your Cynthia's Pokemon do an extra 30 damage, and there's nothing on there to say that it doesn't stack. This illustration rare, incidentally, will also be a very big card in the game. Then, of course, we've got ourselves the Tool card that gives an extra 70 HP. So you boost your HP and you boost your damage. It's looking pretty tasty. So yeah, this is here, and it's big. You know what else is pretty big? Potentially, genuinely, this Hydrapple. There's a new Hydrapple, and we do have the illustration rare of it by Jerky, an artist who's been around for a little while now and been crushing it. And this is actually a supremely interesting card. Now, it is a stage 2, which is kind of rubbish, and free energy 140 is absolute garbage. But we do have an attack here for a single grass energy that says discard 6 basic grass energy from your hand. If you don't, this attack does nothing. If you do, automatic KO. Automatic, instant, one-hit KO on anything. And look, we know how good automatic one-hit KOs are. Roaring Mooney X has seen a huge amount of play ever since its inception because it can get an automatic one-hit KO on anything. This can as well. And yeah, you've got to discard 6 cards from your hand to do so, absolutely. And they've all got to be basic grass energy. It's far from ideal. But you know what? If you do, there's a one-hit KO on anything. And it's very awkward. We'll have a chat in a minute about exactly how awkward this is. But let's remember that free prize EXs are back. Your Mega EXs are coming back. Mega Lucario, Mega Gardevoir were revealed on Pokemon Day. And, you know, Mega Gardevoir, 360 HP. But you get to take free prizes when you KO it. This gets an automatic one-hit KO with a single prize Pokemon. Yeah. So let's go through some downsides and finish up with some upsides. Many downsides. It's a stage 2. Playing with stage 2s is super annoying. And you have to discard 6 energy from your hand. It's basically budget Golden Go. But it's not the same as Golden Go. Now, sometimes it actually gets a bit better than Golden Go, because Golden Go is discard as many basic energy from your hand as you like of any type, and deal 50 damage for each one discarded. So if you discard 6 energy from your hand with Golden Go, you deal 300 damage. Here, you get an automatic one-hit KO on anything. Golden Go would have to discard 8 energy to KO Mega Gardevoir, or play around with a little bit of extra damage and then discard 7. But you know what I mean. Here, you just discard 6 and you're good to go. So in that regard, it is better. And they are both single energy attacks, which is really useful. But firstly, Golden Go is a stage 1, not a stage 2. Secondly, Golden Go has a built-in draw engine, the wonderful coin bonus ability. And thirdly, Golden Go has access to Energy Search Pro, which gives it that one turn of search for like 7 basic energy, because you can search for 1 basic energy of each type in your deck. This makes it better, basically. So this isn't the same as Golden Go. Because you don't have that built-in draw engine, because you're a stage 2 rather than a stage 1, and because you don't get that one big turn with Energy Search Pro searching out all your energy. It's not the same as Golden Go. It just isn't. But that doesn't mean it can't work. Most of the time, what you're going to be using here is superior energy retrieval. That will allow you to get 4 energy back from your discard pile into your hand. You'll still need 3 more, 1 to attach and 2 to discard from your hand in order to actually use the attack for 6 energy. But we know it can work. And the thing is, you might not have all the advantages Golden Go has. But you do have some of your own. For what it's worth, we did see a new Applin and a new Diplin as well. The Diplin's 50 damage, and you have to discard an energy from this Pokemon. And the Applin is 10 damage, and it heals 10. But you're not using this Diplin. Because the thing is, Hydrapple maybe actually works. And it maybe actually works because of Diplin. You see, we've had a Diplin hanging around for a few sets now, which I just could not like anymore. It's the one from Twilight Masquerade with Festival Lead. As long as you've got the Festival Ground Stadium in play, you can attack twice. And crucially, if you take a KO with the first attack, your opponent does have to put up a new Pokemon and let it get hit in the face by Diplin. And you can see on the screen there, I put the illustration rare because, oh my word, it's stunning. The point I'm making here is, Diplin has always been a very interesting Pokemon with a way too low damage output. And that's why Diplin never worked. Diplin's damage output is too low. Our Diplin, by the way, do the wave, 20 damage for each of your bench Pokemon, 100 damage for a single energy. And no, you can't use any other stadium to get more bench space. You have to be using Festival Grounds. So the problem with Diplin is you can do 100 damage twice, but that's still 200 damage. And it's basically not good enough for a Pokemon that's got 80 HP, and it's just a bit awkward and it doesn't work. But Hydrapple evolves from Diplin. So now you can do the Diplin thing and then go into Hydrapple if you end up against these big Pokemon that you can't deal with. And at this point, some of you are going to realise, hang on a second, Wassy, there is one more part of this whole festival puzzle that you haven't reminded us about yet. Why, yes. Yes, there is. Thwacky. Because you see, that says, if your active Pokemon has a festival lead ability, you may search your deck for a card and put it into your hand. So those cards like Superior Energy Retrieval, on which you are going to very much be relying, yeah, guarantee hit them. And then you evolve your Diplin up into a Hydrapple, and then you go and hit big damage. If Hydrapple's going to work, I believe this is how it's going to work. It is going to be I've got Diplin, which can be rolling on turn 2, incidentally, very easily. It's a stage 1 for a single energy that needs a stadium in play. You'll be fine. And then Hydrapple comes in later in the game as a big beat stick option. And if that's what you're doing, this sounds really good. I think Hydrapple's a little bit of a trap. I think Hydrapple looks like, I can one-hit KO anything. And it looks a little bit like Golden Go, but for the reasons I've explained in this video, having to always discard 6 energy from your hand is just too awkward on a stage 2. But using it as Diplin's always been good, but the high-end damage output isn't good enough. Hang on a second, Hydrapple fixes everything. Ho, 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 ho. That I can absolutely get behind. I'm giving this 5 Wassies. I don't even care. It's Sunday. I've been chilling with my kids. I'm in a good mood. I think this card looks awesome, and I probably am overrating it, and I don't even care. I know I said I was only playing Mamoswine EX until it rotated, and I did mean that, but I might have to occasionally deviate, play a little bit of Diplin with Hydrapple, because actually I've wanted that Diplin to be good forever, ever since we saw it in Twilight Masquerade. The problem is, it struggled there were too many games when you'd have a good start, get a bunch of damage on the board, and then just start getting rolled because your damage output wasn't good enough. And then you'd miss that turn where you stayed him and it all just went downhill. I think Hydrapple fixes that, and I'm very excited about it. But I've told you how excited I am, so now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about all of this in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassie. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, all kinds of fun things. And get shout-outs on the channel like the lovely Ray of Light, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.